Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, but it is more than Money Monday. It is my anniversary week. Do y'all all know what that means? That means The Good Life Radio has been on the air for 1 year. I am so blessed and grateful. I want to thank, number one, my family. I want to thank WBOK for believing in me. I want to thank all of you listeners out there, literally all over the world, because on Spreaker and SoundCloud and WBOK1230am.com and with the app, we are literally all over the world. And we are also all over the world with Gospel is Golden. We are in Dallas and Fort Worth. I just want to thank everybody. I am so excited. This is a great week. And Telly, thank you for being my partner in politics. I don't know where I would be without you every Monday morning for the first 15.
You only said that because yesterday was Sunday and you went to church, but okay.
I did. I'm just so excited. I mean, like, I've been on the air for a year. I am just so excited and blessed. You know, I literally took this on faith. God pushed me. You know, on a Friday, they were like, did you want your own show? And I was like, okay. And, you know, the listeners have been with me along the way. I have listeners that were like, I wasn't sure about you at the beginning, but now you're all right. You know, thanks, Sekou, you know, gave me a shout out and I saw him at one of the events. So I want to say thank you for everything that all of you do. You know, just thank you. And I want everyone to know that I am celebrating my 1 year anniversary at the WXYZ bar this Friday night from 9 to 1 a.m. So come out and meet me. It is 225 Barone Street at the WYXZ bar, which is at the Aloft Hotel. So I'm really excited about that because, you know, we open people's minds to living differently in the world. And when I went in there, I was like, this is cool. You know, people need to know about this. So it's an up-and-coming spot, and we're going to make it happen. And that's what we're doing Friday night because that is a good life. And it's not only my 1 year anniversary, it will also be my birthday party because I'm turning on next Sunday, November 1st. It is my birthday, so I'm really excited.
The radio messed it up. How old are you turning?
Huh?
What does that mean?
That means I'm going to be older.
Start speaking in tongue. How old are you?
Older.
Okay, I'm going to text your mama right now. Go ahead.
I am younger than I was.
Yes, go ahead and lie on the radio. Go ahead.
I'm younger in my mind.
Can we get to politics, please?
We can get to politics. Well, no, we can't get to politics because if you would like to join The Good Life, please give me a call at 504-400-7127. That is 504-400-7127. Advertise, sponsor, or you'd like to partner for an event, just give me a call. We are so excited. We've been here for a year, and we're going to be here for many, many more. We're going national, y'all, so stick with me. That's The Good Life. So, yes, we can talk about politics because there is so much to talk about. And y'all know on The Good Life, I like to, you know, be positive and give you a little bit of inspiration. But I was reading something this morning, and I just have to share because it's really that out of the box. You know, there was a Dallas private investigator that was accused of eavesdropping. And when you eavesdrop, you don't eavesdrop on the Jefferson Parish sheriff. Like, who does that? Well, you know, this private investigator out of Dallas did that. On Friday morning at a Metairie coffee shop. You know, he's Frenzel, 30, who's working for a law firm used by U.S. Senator David Vitter. Does that name sound familiar? Yes, he's in the runoff for governor. Yes, a Frenzel, 30, who was working for David Vitter, was booked on criminal mischief, a misdemeanor, after deputies found him hiding on private property. Why was he hiding? Because Newell Norman, the sheriff of Jefferson Parish, caught him videotaping him having a conversation with his friends at a coffee shop. I don't think that's the smartest thing that he ever did that day. What do you think about that? Telly?
I have nothing. I mean,
what had happened was
I don't know. You know, I can't say why that gentleman was doing, who paid him to do it. If in fact he was paid by our U.S. senator who's running for governor to do that. If he was, that's I believe kind of janky.
I mean, we've had Watergate. Now we've had Spygate. We've had, you know, Deflategate. Now we have. I don't even know what kind of gate you want to call this. Vittergate, huh? Well, didn't Vitter already have a Vittergate? So now we have Vittergate Part 2?
There you go.
Okay,
That's
so we
a
have
tough one, though.
Vittergate Part 2, because this is against the law as well. Vittergate number 1 was against the law, right? So this is Vittergate number 2 that's against the law. And I'm just letting y'all know, y'all, he's running for governor. So if this is what he does in his private life, what is he going to do publicly for all of us? I'm just saying. Y'all make your own decision. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just saying read up. And you can go on NOLA.com. You can go on New Orleans Advocate. It's on both of them. So read up for yourselves, because that's the good life, making sure that you're an informed voter. And when I read this, I just had to share because it's just that out the box. They were like, it sounds like a movie, a movie setup. Like who videotapes the Jefferson Parish Sheriff? Like, why would you? Okay. Anyway, so I just didn't think that made a lot of sense. And I didn't think that you would think that that made a lot of sense. So I thought that I would share. Maybe somebody had a little feedback. Anybody? If anybody can, make me understand this, give us a call at 504-260-9265, 504-260-9265. This is The Good Life. It is Money Monday. We are discussing politics for the first 15, of course, because, we're in a runoff for a governor's election. We are a red state, unfortunately, in my opinion. But we have the possibility of electing a brand new governor. John Bel Edwards led the pack on Saturday with 40%, which was much more than anybody thought. And so I'm so excited about that. But he will be in a runoff with David Vitter. And, it's up to us to, get out the vote. What do you think about the election? Because it was a little rough for a while.
It was rough for a while, but when I'm looking at the numbers, let's talk about Orleans Parish.
Yo, please. Thank you.
The top 4 vote getters, John Bel Edwards, David Vitter, Scott Angel, and Jay Darden, only had 13,060 votes cast in Orleans Parish.
Combined?
John Bel had 9,939, Vitter 1,469, and Angel 522, Darden 1,130 votes.
In Orleans Parish, where we have like 300,000 blah, 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 blah people.
In Orleans Parish.
I think you're pulling my leg this morning. I could not think that our constituents of Orleans Parish who wanted to move this parish forward, who called WBOK all day talking about this, that, and the other. I cannot believe those stats, because we as concerned citizens would definitely bring ourselves and someone else to the polls. So I can't believe that stat, Tally. I just can't believe it. Not in Orleans Parish.
Yeah,
No.
I just wanted to upset you. That was for early voting. We actually did quite well in the election. That was the numbers for early voting.
See?
So,
I believe in us.
And so if you look at the numbers for early voting, overall it was a decent turnout. The numbers were down from early voting, maybe about 40% from last year. And then, of course, there was a lot of money, and it was a big push when you had the Senate race with Senator Landrieu. So when you look at the number as a whole, decent turnouts. You would express that, a lot of those numbers would have been higher. I don't know if anyone expected John Bel to get to 40%. That was a big old number to get to. And that Scott Angel, pretty much pushed Senator Vitter to the wire, with Vitter getting about 256,000 votes and Scott Angel at about 214,000 and coming, 42,000 or 42,000 votes, somewhat short. So there was a push across the state, not a lot of money for GOTV in the elections that was seen. So on the down ballot, looking into the runoff a week, that Saturday before Thanksgiving, Saturday before Bayou Classic, it will be, pretty serious to see how folks are going to position themselves over these next few weeks. What an ad buy is going to look like. You saw via TV that the Democratic Governors Association is sending folks in for John Bel Edwards campaign. And so that as folks, come off other campaigns, especially, even, say, for example, at a race down in Plaquemines Parish where Mr. Turlich won in the primary against an incumbent, as folks in, places all across the state come off of some of the smaller campaigns, There may have been a council race or a sheriff's race or a state reps race that's done, and some of those people go back to their normal lives and are filling on the other campaigns who hope to have more robust war chests and operations. It'll be fun to see where our friends line up and go in order to help not new candidates, but candidates that are still in races. So.
You know what, Telly, you said something that struck a nerve with me. You said the election is the week before Bayou Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if everyone saw John Bel Edwards' acceptance speech when when the numbers came in and he found out he was going into the runoff, but he was speaking about higher education and how he was going to make sure that he took those steps to make sure that higher education was a priority in Louisiana again. He spoke of LSU and how the numbers there, that they're basically, having to look at, I don't remember the specific words, but basically some sort of bankruptcy because they've had to cut so much that they're really trying to find the numbers. So if LSU is dealing with these types of situations, he said, what is Southern doing? What is the University of Lafayette doing? What are these smaller schools doing? And I was very touched that he, brought up some of our historically black schools, especially Southern, because they like to be put on the table to be on the chopping block for so many other parties. I'll just leave that right there. So we have a governor, or I'm claiming it, y'all. I'm claiming John Bel Edwards, so y'all can play around if you want to. So we have a candidate who's going to become our next governor who's going to put Southern, all of our interests on the table and make sure that they are taken care of. I don't even see what the question is. Higher education has been cut for years. At what point are we going to start investing in ourselves? And you have one candidate who's looking at it and one candidate who's not. And we're coming up, the election is a week before the Bayou Classic. Do we want to have it for the next couple years? Do we want the schools to be in existence? If we do, y'all better look like voting, right?
Well, and listen, I got to give the guy credit for being straightforward about his conviction in that particular race and being able to put Southern on Front Street. Southern is a priority for African Americans across the state. The law school obviously has produced the likes of a ton of family and people that we consider to be family and friends. And so
of all races, because the law school is very popular.
Yeah, and so as we look at investments for all of the people across the state in a place that has 300,000 plus people without credentials, as we look at higher education, as we put people, everyone isn't going to school. Isn't going to college, but for the individuals who go, we want to position them to be able to take advantage of opportunities that are here in Louisiana, all across our 64 parishes, and LSU is a part of that, but Southern is a part of it as well. So to hear a person who is running for governor, who I know and I've seen on the education committee, be able to talk about Southern in such a big light, is a big deal, and it should be a big deal for all of us. But, John Bel's a good guy. So you shouldn't expect anything less from him.
And, for those who haven't been able to see him in action, can you just give us a little, back history on him since you are in Baton Rouge on a regular and you have been able to see him grow? What are those points that maybe we should know about that we didn't necessarily know about? Because some people are just learning about him, but he's been like a mover and a shaker for a while, right?
Yeah, John Bel is it always starts as a West Point guy, graduated from the military academy, served his country as well. He's also chair of the Democratic Caucus in Baton Rouge. One of the committees that I consider I've worked with him on is the Education Committee because I do work for OPSB. And he's just a straightforward kind of guy. He is as much as a Democrat, but John Bel is a Democrat who believes in carrying guns and is also pro-life, which may be different than some of our value systems. But the thing I find as in politics, as in being an adult, when you're an adult, you should have convictions. You should have things that you stand by. Just because I may be a pro-choice person and you may be pro-life doesn't mean that we have a divide like people who say, I don't ever go to the West Bank. It's on that side. Them people from that side of the river. We got to get past that. And we have to be able to see that some people may have fundamental differences, but, family man, 3 children from off of the North Shore, was a big high school football player, and a lot of folks know him from playing sports when he was young, but just is consistent. And one thing I can say from dealing with him, as with a lot of legislators in Baton Rouge, if he tells you something today, it'll be the same thing tomorrow. But if on tomorrow he will come back and say, I changed my mind, and this may be the reason why. I have more information, I have new information, or let's sit down and talk about it. And so I can, as a lobbyist and as a person who's involved in political campaigns, I can appreciate that. What is difficult to appreciate is people saying, oh, well, you change your mind on something in flexion. No, as an adult, sometimes I get new information and I make different decisions, and that's all right. So if I treated everyone as if I treated my children who are consistently changing or growing, I'm not saying that their convictions or who they are is changing. Just sometimes they gather, they grow, they get new information. And so today, instead of a blue snowball, I want a red one. That's cool. Just tell me why. So.
Absolutely. So as we conclude today, what are your thoughts on on Election Day overall? How was the turnout, and what can we do as a community to make sure that we get out the vote, in November?
Well, we should congratulate some of the folks who won in some of the races, and we're happy, to see that people, like Wesley Bishop, for example, who was able to do well and finish some of the races. Also, congratulations to all the folks who won. But for the people who are still in races, from New Orleans East to Algiers to across the river to all across the rest of the state, as we look at this governor and lieutenant governor's race, obviously very important to Bayou Classic, which is me and Data Meet that we work on, and for the individuals who recruit and do tourism from all across the country in order to get people in South Louisiana and all across Louisiana as a whole. Talk about the issues. Talk to people and talk plainly about things so they can understand that you're trying to improve their plight in life. Most people don't know what goes on in Baton Rouge, that there are 105 people in the House and 39 people in the State Senate, and that the individuals come to Baton Rouge for 2 or 3 months out of the year to make laws that affect your everyday life. And if we are doing things that affect your everyday life in the legislation, there's some of the small races, parish president's races in St. John and St. Charles Parish, that it's incumbent upon you to participate in the voting process, because when your pothole is not fixed, when your light is not fixed, those are things that you expect government to do automatically. But wouldn't it be okay if Eileen Carter is the person that you know who's in the office and that you volunteered or you made phone calls or you just voted, that you're able to say, Ms. Carter, I voted. I'm asking you to do something about this. I don't have an expectation that you'll work miracles. But if you can't do it, Eileen, just tell me you don't have the money, you can't, or you won't do it.
Right.
At least give me an answer.
Right.
And I think that's the practical choice that people in Louisiana, specifically in South Louisiana, where people are passionate about politics. And we love Election Day. So I hope the effort and energy that people like myself put into it is not just a show, but is an attention getter for you to say to yourself, I know I have to go to the grocery store. I know I have to bring the children to a birthday party. But bring the babies, after you've made your groceries, the milk will only be in the car for about 5 minutes, into the polls to go and vote quickly, and then you can go cook your lunch or dinner. LSU's on the road, the Saints have won. Hopefully those trends will continue to happen. But we also want to roll for our state. And so we must continue to vote. And so if we don't do that, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. I understand that you may feel that these people who are in office are not doing anything. But this can be the start. Right now, November 21st, early voting starting on November 10th. Let's get ready to go do it.
Let's go do it. This is The Good Life. I am so excited. This is our anniversary week. Thank you, all the listeners from all over the world, literally, that listen to us. Thank you, New Orleans. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Fort Worth. Just thank you. And if you would like to become a part of the Good Life family, give us a call at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127. This is The Good Life. We'll be right back with Kenneth Barnes. We'll be talking about investing. These tips. If you don't know how to invest, I was clueless. Kenneth is putting us on that road. We're going to do it when we get right back. Money Monday. Stay tuned. Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune into The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Universal Printing in New Orleans East is the place to go for all of your digital printing needs. Universal Printing offers a wide range of printing services and promotional products. They handle everything from business cards to personalized prescription pads. They even print yard signs, banners, and vehicle magnets. Stop by Universal Printing at 9900 Lake Forest Boulevard in New Orleans East near Reed. Or give them a call at 504-244-1177. That's 504-244-1177. Come on down to Universal Printing and let the experts handle all of your printing, marketing, and promotional needs so you don't have to.
Hello? I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh for my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and it's not just Money Monday. It is our anniversary week. The Good Life radio show has been on the air for 1 year. I am so excited, Kenneth. You've been here, basically from the giddy up. How excited are we? We have been on the air for a year. Can you believe that?
It just goes to show you how time flies. That's why when it's time to make a decision, do it today, because today can become 1 year.
Exactly. And talking about doing it today, they should advertise with The Good Life, sponsor The Good Life today. So make sure you give us a call at 504-400-7127. I slowed it down because I knew you were writing the number down. So 504-400-7127. So make sure you join The Good Life so that your businesses can live the good life too. We like to market, we like to do all these things, but what we don't like to do all the time is invest in ourselves. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I don't see it immediate. Well, when you're growing a relationship with someone, it takes 5 to 7 touches before that person basically does business with you. And so when they hear you on the radio 5 to 7 times, then they're like, oh, well, maybe they're okay. Well, let me start looking into them. But putting that seed into their mind so that they know you exist, that's the good life. That's how we build those relationships. So make sure you give us a call at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127 so you can live the good life too, because that's what it's all about. Invest in yourselves. And speaking of investing in ourselves, Kenneth, a lot of us are scared to do it. We hear about the stock market, going up and down, or, sometimes we just don't know what we're doing. And that's pretty much how I was before I started, talking to you. I was like, I just don't know what to do. So we kind of got, a list of 10 steps to learning how to invest. Because jumping into investing without first examining your finances is like jumping into the deep end of the pool without knowing how to swim. Isn't that generally what it kind of is? And who wants to jump into the deep end? Not me. Kenneth, how many times have you found that? People come to you after they mess up, huh?
Yes, all the time. All the time. Where they say what I should have did.
What had happened was I did all this stuff. It didn't work, and now I'm going to see a financial advisor. Well, Kenneth has been a financial advisor. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He has literally done it for himself, and he's opening your minds to living differently in the world, and now he wants to do it for you. So, Kenneth, how can they reach you if they want to, finally they're like, this hasn't worked, so now I'm going to talk to my financial advisor. How do they get in touch with you?
504-577-4139, 504-577-4139, or they can reach us online at kennethbarnes.org.
Absolutely. KennethBarnes.org. Or if y'all are driving, you don't, can't get your fingers to it, you can always follow us on social media. That's the Good Life Radio Show, TGL Radio Show on Instagram and Twitter. That's TGL Radio Show, the Good Life Radio Show. Just send up a message, a tweet, or whatever, and I'll follow up with the information that you need. So if you're driving and you can't write these phone numbers down, you can follow us on social media, send us a message, and I will follow up with the information that you need, because that is the good life. So step number 1 is get your finances in order, because how can you invest if you don't know what you're dealing with? So Kenneth, help us. Step 1, get your finances in order.
That's right. Step number 1 of our wealth challenge. Where is the money going? And for those people that started step 1 with us, you have your money sheet. You might have maybe got away from it, but you still have it. I know that we had it online, and you can download it again and get a fresh start. Where's the money going worksheet? That's where it starts. So knowing what kind of money you have, what's going out. I had a client here recently. Once she did the Where's the Money Going worksheet, she realized she was doing negative $200 a month.
Wow. Uh-oh. But you know what?
That's not good.
You can't move forward unless you know, though, right?
That's right. You got to know where you are to know where you're going.
Exactly. And this is our anniversary week. It's my birthday week. I'm going to be 37. I said it, 37 on Sunday. So we are celebrating. So let's start anew. It's a new year. Everybody, we can start fresh. What we did in the past, those financial mistakes, guess what? That's yesterday. We can't do anything about it. Stop dwelling on it. What we're going to do is we're going to get our mind right, and we're going to change this week. We're going to do one thing every day to move us forward, because that's what the good life is all about. So step 2 is learning the basics, because we can think we know all we want, but nobody knows everything. So you have to find those people and reach out to those people who know. So you don't need to be a financial expert to invest, but that's why we have Kenneth, because he's going to teach us those things, right?
That's exactly right. And it saves you a lot of time and money,
Yes.
unless you just want to practice with your money.
No, I don't.
It's better to have an expert. And a lot of times when you get referred to a financial expert that maybe had results in someone else's life where you saw that it worked. And that's we get most of our business from referrals, because people's lives change, and those people around them, then like, how did you do that? And say, go see this guy or go see this company. And that's exactly that's why we don't do a whole lot of aggressive prospecting anymore, because of the referrals.
You don't have to. When you live in the good life, you start attracting it. Hello, y'all. Y'all hear these words that we say all the time?
That's
you start
right.
attracting it, because I didn't know the differences between stocks, bonds, mutual funds, CDs, certificates of deposits, all these, your portfolios, different financial theories. I was like, what? And sometimes it just seems like it's too much. And then you start backing away. Don't back away. Get somebody who knows. Get somebody who has, learned it, who has made the mistakes and can now put you on the path to success. That's what Kenneth does every day. Reach out to Kenneth. Learn the basics through him. We have Mr. Gary Lewis on the line. Mr. Lewis, welcome to The Good Life with Kenneth Barnes and Eileen Carter on Money Monday.
Welcome. Good morning to y'all.
Good morning.
And
morning.
happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And happy birthday, too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So you don't look that age. Look like you about 29.
You know what? I appreciate that. I get that a lot, so it must be good genes. So thanks to my parents. Shout out to Gigi.
They don't look at age like my children. My children grown. They don't look at their age, too.
I drink my water, Mr. Lewis.
What happened? Yeah, what happened to the money? The money supposed to be here down here for our people.
Mm-hmm.
The money they stole. All this money they got down here and coming down here. I want y'all to keep on mentioning the brother got the nightclub. You got to go back to the city council people on the 17th of November.
I'm not sure about that, but I can get that information.
The brother, you know what I'm talking about? He got his own show, and that will be okay.
I'm not sure, but I will definitely find out about that, Mr. Lewis. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday and happy anniversary.
And you got that.
Thank you so much.
Now I'm going to get Miss Riley. Miss Riley go to the court this week.
Okay.
And mention that, too.
Well, we will look that up, and I'm sure Graylin will probably say that a little bit later on the grapevine this afternoon. He likes to get in it, and if it's on the line, he has the information. So thank you so much.
For us, Miss Kira Jones, she needs to be ashamed of herself. She bought and paid for. And I'm going to say I'm going to register voter for 9 years. And I ain't voted for her because I know she wouldn't pay with a forward deck. For us, David Bitter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need no more like David Bitter because he's wishing Bobby Jenner. We need a Democrat in there.
But you know what I appreciate you by, Mr. Lewis? You have studied and you have read up on, the facts and what's going on, and you've made your own decisions. And so you are going out there and make a decision and make an educated vote. And that's all that we ask for the good life.
You know why? Because we had 3 marches in the city last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a rally down here this year, and we're going to have some more marches down here. I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years with Brother Senko, Miss Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Bless you, Miss Williams, Miss Sally, Miss Mustang Sally, and Miss Riley.
Well, thank you so much for your call, Mr. Lewis.
And Brother Carl Gammon, too.
Oh, I know he's on a caller.
W.C. Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Melba Super. Him, too. All them brothers. Brother Chewy Clark.
Well, I want to thank you so much. We're going to thank you so much for investing in the community. Everyone that he spoke up, invest in our community. And they encourage everyone to get out and vote. They educate everyone about the issues at hand. So I want to support Mr. Lewis and what he said. So make sure that you go read up on what's going on and you get an educated vote, because that's what it's all about. And it's about investing in your community. And that's exactly what we're discussing right now, investing. They set goals and they started walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And that's what our number 3 is, setting goals. Once you've established your investing budget and having learned the basics, it's time to set your investing goals. You have to know what the money is. You have to know how to do it. And then you're going to start setting those goals. Right, Kenneth?
That's exactly right. Once you find out exactly where you are, then you realize that, if you're in a negative 200 situation, now it's time to do something about it. What's now my action steps?
I know my action steps is because I followed the Good Life and I followed your weekly steps. So I need to go see where my money is going, and I need to go be a master asker, right?
That's exactly right. Get some of your money back from the people that you're spending money with on the bills. I'm about to call one of my people this week because the internet is very slow. We're looking to make a change.
And you know what's funny? I was actually reading something last night about how people are spending so much money on their cable bills because you want to have the 1,000 channels, but you're only really watching like 17 channels. So do you really need all those channels? You can really cut your monthly budget down by just looking at what you spend on cable. I'm sorry, cable companies. Sorry, not sorry. But, this is the Good Life. I try to get people, keep some money in their pocket so they can invest, so their money can start working for them so that, they're not working as hard. We like to work smarter, not harder, Kenneth, because that's what the Good Life is all about. I'm not trying to,
exactly right.
I'm not trying to do all this. And so step 4 is determining your risk tolerance. Would a significant drop in your overall investment value make you weak in the knees? Before deciding on which investments are right for you, you need to know how much risk you are willing to assume. Ooh, Kenneth,
wow.
Right. We like to think we can do it, but is it really working for us? And sometimes we need people like you to basically be like, I don't know if that's going to work for you. That's why we have you.
That's right. Because a lot of times people want to come in and generally within 2 to 3 seconds, I can kind of read if they really about that life or not. I say, they talk about diving into the Olympic side of the pool. I'm like, no, let's start off this kiddie pool right quick for us. We'll kind of grow ourselves into the Olympic size. Because what happens is that you have to have a stomach for investing. And what I mean by stomach, you have to know that it won't always be easy and pretty, and you have to either be willing to get in those rough waters like that or play it safe, very safe. And so it's better to understand and start off. It depends on the investor. Some people are like, you know what, I want to go with this. This is my goal. This is the returns. A lot of times, most people, and this is one of the easiest ways to kind of track and kind of manage the money. Lower risk, lower return, higher risk, higher return in most cases.
And it's funny that you said that because that's step 5, finding your investing style, knowing. Now that you know what risk tolerance you're willing to do, what's your investing style? Because first-time investors will find that their goals and risk tolerance will often not match up. For example, if you love fast cars, but you're looking for safety of capital, you're better off taking a more conservative approach. But we like the fast, shiny car, but that's not always what our style necessarily is. So you really have to, kind of have your come to Jesus conversation and be like, this is not what I need to be doing. It may look shiny, but it's not all that. It always looks green on the other side. You think it may be for you, and it's not. So make sure you stay tuned because we are really getting into those 10 steps to investing. We have Kenneth Bars, our financial advisor here, to make sure that we're taking those steps. And sometimes y'all just get in the kiddie pool first. Like he said, it's not about jumping in the deep end. It's about taking those steps so you can live the good life. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Listen to the New Orleans Imperative, the only radio show in New Orleans that focuses on public education. Every Monday, 10 a.m., listen in, hear the real news. The New Orleans Imperative.
You're on the move and so is your bank. Liberty Bank now offers you the power to manage your money from the palm of your hand with mobile banking with Liberty Bank. Whether you need to check balances, transfer money, or view transactions, mobile banking at Liberty Bank allows convenient and secure access to your money. Enroll today at www.libertybank.net and download our mobile app. You can mobile bank at Liberty Bank to keep the power in your hands. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Universal Printing in New Orleans East is the place to go for all of your digital printing needs. Universal Printing offers a wide range of printing services and promotional products. They handle everything from business cards to personalized prescription pads. They even print yard signs, banners, and vehicle magnets. Stop by Universal Printing at 9900 Lake Forest Boulevard in New Orleans East near Reed. Or give them a call at 504-244-1177. That's 504-244-1177. Come on down to Universal Printing and let the experts handle all of your printing, marketing, and promotional needs so you don't have to.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Hello? I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh for my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
Listen to WBOK 1230 AM anywhere in the world. Live at www.WBOK1230am.com. WBOK 1230 AM, talk radio in New Orleans.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life on this Monday. We are here celebrating this week because it's my anniversary. We have been on the air for 1 year, so I want to thank everyone, each and every one of you. I can't get it out. I'm so excited. For listening, for everyone in the New Orleans area, the greater New Orleans area. We have branched out to Dallas. We have branched out to Fort Worth. And because we're on WBOK1230am.com, because we're on GospelIsGolden.com, because you can hear us anytime on Spreaker, because you can hear us anytime on SoundCloud, we are literally listened to all over the world. Y'all, we are listened to in the Czech Republic, in Brazil, in Ireland, in South Africa. We are listened to all over the world. I want to thank you so much. And actually, I don't know if y'all know this, but in the United States, our first area is New Orleans, but our second biggest listenership is Houston. So I want to shout out to Houston and Ashburn, Virginia. So shout out to Ashburn, Virginia. So thank you all for listening. We are growing the Good Life Radio Show. And if you would like to join us and be a sponsor, partner, you have an event, just give me a call at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127. And guess what, Kenneth? Guess what's going on this weekend?
What's that?
It's going down. On Friday, I am so excited that we are celebrating 1 year and my birthday at the WXYZ bar at 225 Barone Street. So come out and wish me a happy birthday, wish us a happy anniversary. Everybody from the show is going to be there. I hope Kenneth's going to be there. Kenneth, you going to be in town? Don't play with me. Don't play with my emotions.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I had a flight out that morning, but I'm working on trying to schedule it to push it back so I can maybe leave early Saturday morning if possible.
That's the good life. So we're going to have Kenneth here. We're going to have the crew from Relationship Tuesday. That'll be fun. They'll be here. We'll have Doc Griggs. We'll have Bashan Jordan. We'll have the ladies from Gumbo Talk. Everybody will be there. So make sure you come out, wish us a happy anniversary, because that is the good life. That is at the WXYZ bar at 225 Barone Street, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. this Friday night. That's the good life. We're celebrating. So make sure you come out. And getting back into investing, because y'all need to invest in your businesses. That's what the good life is all about, and invest in yourself. Number 6 is learning the cost, because all investing isn't equal, right, Kenneth? There are different costs to doing it differently, and I am clueless. Some of us are really clueless, so that's why we have you. What's the difference in the cost?
Well, depending on how you go about investing your money, it's small investments you can make that you can get a good return for that particular investment.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's safer investments and there's more aggressive investments. And I believe in having a diverse portfolio. So having some safe, some moderate, and some aggressive.
Mm-hmm. That's a good life, because ain't nobody got time to play around with their money.
No, you can't have it all in one basket hoping that's going to be the one-all, be-all. I don't recommend that at all.
Right. And here's something funny. This was number 7, but I, look at me disagreeing with financial advice, but I will say I totally disagree with this. Number 7 is find a broker or advisor. Personally, I would make this number 1. The type of advisor that is right for you depends on the amount of time you're willing to spend on your investments or your risk tolerance. Choosing a financial advisor is a big decision. Well, it's not really a hard decision when you've been listening to the Good Life radio show, because you should call Kenneth, because he has already done it. Why would you reinvent the wheel? Right, Kenneth? I know you're going to say right, but we really have had callers, and, I'm going to give him a shout out. We really have had callers who have, taken that step to, create wealth, generational wealth. And who's that chef? I'm sorry. What's the chef's name, Kenneth?
Oh, Master Chef.
Yeah, Master Chef, who, has called you and has called in and said, you know what, Kenneth has really done it for me. We are really taking these steps, and I'm really showing improvement. So this isn't just talk on this radio. I wouldn't put him on here if he couldn't really, change your financial future. So give him a call. And Kenneth, how can they call you again?
504-577-4139. That's 504-577-4139. And Aline, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because Master Chef Ronnie and his wife, one of the difference between them and so many other clients who may call the office or may go to the website or hear about us and not really take action was taking action.
Mm-hmm. They jumped.
So they jumped. They went for it, and that's the difference. And a lot of times when it comes down to getting an advisor, most people are getting advice from people that they're friends with or family or maybe a coworker who generally don't have a net worth of anything. So why are you listening to them? But furthermore, why are they giving out advice?
Right, exactly. I don't want my financial advice from someone who's not in the financial arena. That's just me, The reason why I looked at you, Kenneth, is because, you don't just have one location. You're in more than one city in the United States. You go all over and have these conversations with people. You grow the good life. That's exactly what it's all about. So, I'm going to look at somebody who's doing it, and that's how we're going to grow. And that's why I've, hopefully we're opening people's mind and living differently in the world. And that's what it's all about. I'm going to kill it. Y'all should come in here. Okay. Step number 8, choosing investments. Now comes the fun part. We get to choose the investments that will become a part of your investment portfolio. You know what, Kenneth? I always wanted to buy a little piece of Disney, or buy a little piece of, where I put my money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially when when my child was little, I was like, I want to invest in basketballs or something right now, or no, basketball shoes like Nike or Adidas. As much as I give them money, I might as well give it back to myself, right? And he has grown man feet. He doesn't have little man feet. And here, I want another shout out because y'all, it's birthday. It's not just my birthday. It's birthday week. So I'm going to put them all on blast. Aiden's birthday is Thursday. My oldest sister, Tara's birthday is Saturday. And Karen Carter Peterson, my other sister, her birthday is Sunday as well. So we're all going to be partying this weekend. It is a huge week for all of us. So I'm really excited. Yes, my parents had great planning. If you thought this was a joke, this is the good life. My parents planned well, and I just followed along. So it's 4 of us in 4 days, and that's the good life. So we're having a party week. We're excited. So choosing wisely. Kenneth, how do we choose wisely?
Well, the first step is to get the right advisor, and that's one of the things that we specialize in because there are always new investment tools. And let me tell you something. A lot of the people who make the laws for these investment tools, it's the ones that are wealthy. Because when I read some of the different options in financing, I'm like, I know who wrote this law. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's benefiting the investors all day long. And if you research this tax laws, the person who's taxed the least is the person who is the investor. The person who's taxed the most is the person who really can't afford to be taxed the most. But the difference is that you have to figure out how to get from that quadrant in that particular location where I'm being taxed the most to the other side, where I'm being taxed the least and making the most. And it comes from financial education and also from having the right financial advisor.
Isn't that always the case? We're going to go through our last 2 steps, and then we're going to go to the phones because they're lit up because everybody wants your financial advice, Kenneth. Step number 9, keep emotions at bay. Don't let fear or greed limit your returns or inflate your losses. Sometimes you just have to do it and have faith. Wait, time out. Did y'all hear what I said? In so many different aspects of life, this is another one. You have to have faith. You got to put it out there, and you can't just jump when the market goes up and down. You got to have faith. So you got to keep your emotions at bay. How do you, steer people in this direction, Kenneth?
Well, one of the biggest things is that they have to. Most people, when they come, they're committed. I must be honest that a lot of those people that come to me that are committed, they have the faith or their backs are against the wall. They have no other option, and those are good because we're able to change their life. And I go to bat for them, and I fight for them because I know that feeling. I know that feeling when your back's against the wall, and it seems like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Because, right, what am I going to do? I'm going to call Kenneth. That's what I'm going to do. Like, y'all play around, but I'm going to call KB Enterprises. And step number 10, just like you said, when your back's against the wall, you're like, what am I going to do? Step number 10, you're going to review and adjust. The final step in your investing journey is reviewing your portfolio. You have to review. Once you've established an asset allocation strategy, you may find that your assets weightings have changed over the course of the year. Now, they didn't say the week. They said the year. Did y'all hear that? That's a difference. So don't just, get upset after a week. Oh, my goodness. No, after a year. And that's why you have Kenneth. You're laughing, but I'm serious. And that's why you have.
Some people, like I said, that took 10 years to try to get it together, then they want it to happen 10 days later.
Right. You're like, no, that's not how this works. You're planning for your future. Yes, the future is 10 days out, but your, long-term future. So sometimes you have to review and adjust after your long-term future, after you look at that, after you see a little bit of a track record. You need a track record first to look at. So that's why we have Kenneth, and that's step number 10. How important is that, Kenneth?
Very, very important. You have to have patience, and we do a pretty good job of explaining that up front on what the process is, so you know your steps. We have a course curriculum, so everyone knows. You have your curriculum in your folder, in your client folder, so everyone knows exactly what the goal is and what the steps are in our program.
Because that is a good life. So how can they contact you right before we go to the lines?
504-577-4139. That's 504-577-4139.
Y'all, this is a good life. We are celebrating this week. It's my anniversary. It's my birthday. It's everybody in my family's birthday, doggone near. And so we're going to the lines with Stephen because he is celebrating with us this morning, too. Stephen, welcome to the good life. We are here with Kenneth Barnes on Money Monday.
Good morning to y'all.
Good morning.
Well, first off, happy anniversary.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you can hear it definitely in your voice.
Oh. When you step out on Facebook.
If it's possible, I might try to make that the party.
Yes, come out. I'd say buy me a drink, but I don't know if I drink that much anymore. So come out and buy me a water.
All right, but to the main question now. I wanted to find out exactly what Kenneth thinks about drip programs.
Kenneth, did you hear him?
No, one more time. I apologize.
What do you think about drip programs?
Drip programs? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Kenneth, drip programs?
As far as drip programs dripping on your customers or following up drip programs, autoresponders, well, I'm not sure.
Can you be a little bit more specific with your question?
Well, will you like put a certain amount on the side to invest into a certain company? Say you like I think you got a couple of companies that have drip programs where they actually invest your money into these stocks, whatever.
Where you give your money into a company and they invest it into it little bit by little bit? Is that?
Like drip program.
Okay, well, basically that's kind of, they may have a different terminology on it. What they're doing is basically drafting money, or you put money into to invest in, I guess, programs that they would recommend. It depends. It depends on what your goals are and where you want to go. It's two different ways I look at that. One, when we invest for a client, we're investing to kind of cover their foundation, and we lay that out where you have to have a solid foundation financially. But when it comes down to investing, one of my biggest things that I'm big on is investing into things I can control more of, my day-to-day cash, unless I just have extra overflow that I just want to put towards things to see if it sticks. But I like to control a lot of my own investments. So, for example, if I buy a company that I know that I can be in the grind every day, I know what I'm going to bring every day. I can control my energy. I can control my hustle. I have to work 7 days a week, so that's the biggest investment that I can make on something that I can control. So if I'm in business and I acquire a business or start a business for a couple $100, I know I can go knock on 100 doors and make 100 phone calls to go ahead and get some clients set up. So depending on what you're looking for would depend on what investment tools and what direction you would want to go.
Yeah, because I heard this type of program from, I think from a accountant friend of mine, and it was what he's basically saying that they pay the minimum is like $25 a month, and they would put it into an account.
Hey guys, I would love to continue this conversation, but we have to wrap it up. So Stephen, I'm gonna Kenneth is gonna give you his number so you can give him a call. Kenneth, what's your number? If anybody needs financial advice and you want to sign up with Kenneth, because he is the advisor for you. Kenneth, what's your number?
504-577-4139.
Stephen, did you get it? Kenneth, give it to him one more time.
I plan on calling him later this week anyway.
Okay, perfect. Give it one more time,
great.
Kenneth. Thank you so much, Stephen.
577-4139. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. This is The Good Life. This is Money Monday. We are celebrating all week long. Make sure you tune in tomorrow because we are here on Relationship Tuesday. And I will have the comedian, Tony Frederick. He will be here in the studio tomorrow. So we will have a ball of laughs for Relationship Tuesday. He will be here. That will be the comedian, Tony Frederick. He will be here tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned for Relationship Tuesday because you do not want to miss it. This is Eileen. I'm out.